Okay guys, so we're on day 3 of review, which means that you should be able to work these problems independently. So what I'm going to do is go over text coding and how to solve the type of problem. And my expectation is that you hit pause and solve it on your own. And then if you want to check your answers, you can use the Excel document to do so. Alright, so number 1 says, Anissa loves boats. She creates a scale drawing of a sailboat as shown. If the height of the sailboat in Anissa's drawing is 3 centimeters, what is the height in meters of the actual boat? So it tells us here that we're dealing with scale, which means it's a scale drawing problem. And if you remember back to learning that concept, we did a proportion, right? We did the scale on the left side, and we did drawing over actual. So, text coding, you need to be circling keywords and underlining what the question's asking for. So the first key is going to be the scale here, and it says, what is the height in meters of the actual boat? So that's what we're underlining. And it says the drawing is 3 centimeters. So our scale goes on the left side of our proportion. So it says 1 centimeter equals 1.5 meters. And then on the right side is where you put the given information. So it gives you centimeters, so you need to be consistent and keep centimeters on top, meters on the bottom. So your 3 centimeters goes on top and x goes on the bottom. So to solve a proportion, you do the cross product and then divide to solve for your variable. Okay, number 2. At the ice cream shop, there are 3 types of chocolate ice cream, 2 types of vanilla ice cream, 4 types of fruit ice cream, and 1 coffee ice cream. Avery randomly chooses an ice cream flavor. What is the probability she will choose a type of vanilla ice cream? So it tells us here our problem's about probability. So we remember with probability that we should be writing, sorry, let me spell it right. Okay, that we should be writing a ratio, right, or a fraction for the probability. So it's what we want or what we're looking for over the total. So we want the probability of a vanilla ice cream, a type of vanilla ice cream. So we're looking for vanilla over the total types of flavors. All right, problem number 3. Cheerleaders are selling homecoming mums for $12.50 each to raise money for the homecoming dance. If they need to raise $500 and they have already sold 23 mums, how much more money do they need to raise? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document or on this sheet. Be sure to use the correct place value. All right, text coding. They're selling mums for $12.50 each. So each means what operation? Multiply. If they need to raise $500 and have already sold 23 mums, how much more money? So how much more tells you to do a certain operation. So what operation are you doing? How much more means to subtract. Okay, so how much money have they raised? They've sold 23 mums that are $12.50 each. So to find out how much money they've raised, we have $12.50 for every mum, and they sold 23 mums. And then we're going to, it says how much more money do they have to raise? They need a total of 500. So we're going to subtract what we get from 500 to find out how much more money they have to raise. Problem number 4. If x is equal to negative 12, which equation is true? So what it's telling us is that we are going to plug in negative 12 for each and every x. And we want to see which one equals the number that they gave us. So the first one, you're going to do 1/2 of negative 12 plus 22. And you're going to see if that equals to 20. Then you're going to plug in the next one, 15 minus 1/2 times negative 12. And you're going to see if that equals 21. Then you're going to do another one, 11 minus 2 times negative 12. And see if that equals 17. And then the last one, we'll do 3 times negative 12 minus 19. So when you do this, remember about multiplying by a negative number. You should be doing your either tic-tac-toe or Dorito Man. So for tic-tac-toe, the positives go diagonally, and then Dorito Man, the positive is up top. So in this case, we have a negative number. So if you have a negative times a positive, your answer will be negative. Okay, problem number 5. Okay, so we know that this is a box plot problem. So when we have a box plot, we should always be analyzing our graph before you read your answer choices. And you want to look for the, sorry, let me fix this. Okay, you want to look for the range, right? So range is the maximum minus the minimum. You want to look at the median, which is the middle number. And then often you want to look at the interquartile range, or the IQR, which is the range of the box. Okay, so now let's read the problem. The number of students in each of 2 science classes was the same. The box plots represent the average amount of time students in each class spent doing mad science experiments outside of class. Based on the information in the box plot, which statement about the time spent doing mad science experiments is true? So if we analyze the first class, we should be doing the range, the median, and the IQR. So the range is going to be your maximum. So 90, right? 90 minus your minimum, 30, is 60. Then your median is here. It's the middle line in the box. So median is 60. And then the IQR is the range of the box. So we're going to take the right side of the box. So 75. We're going to subtract the left side of the box, which is 45. So 75 minus 45 is 30. And then we're going to do the same thing for the second class. So the second class, we had a maximum of 105. And we subtract the minimum of, gosh darn it, I'm having difficulties. Okay. Okay, minimum of 30. So 105 minus 30 is, gosh darn it, 75. Median is the middle number, which is 75. And then IQR is the box, so 90 minus 45. So 90 minus 45 is 45. So now that you've analyzed your two box plots, you can select the correct answer. Okay, so problem number 6. Sandra admires a beautiful stained glass window in a museum. The window is shown in the figure below. Approximately how many square feet of glass is used to create the window? Use 3.14 for pi. Okay, so the only information we need is how many square feet of glass. So if it says square feet, think about what we're looking for. So we're looking for area, because area is a squared set of the feet. So we're going to break it up into shapes. You have several options. We can either do this semicircle at the top. So we know that's one of our shapes, right? So here's our semicircle. A semicircle is a portion of a circle. So what are you going to do with your formula? So we know it's pi r squared, but it's a semicircle. So it's half the circle. So you're going to divide by 2. Then if you look at this bottom shape, you either have a triangle, a rectangle, and another triangle, or you have a trapezoid. So I am going to let you guys choose which way you want to go. So use your formula chart and write your formulas before you get started. And then if we want the area of the entire window, you have to do what with each part? You have to add them up, right? So that is number 6. Number 7, the height of a present shaped like a rectangular prism is 2 1/4 feet tall. If 6 of these presents are stacked on top of each other, what is the height of all of them? Okay, so we have a present that's a rectangular prism. So looks like this. Essentially, it's a box. And then you have another one stacked on top of it. And then another one, because you have 6 of them. 6 presents for Miss Fu. Okay, so 2 1/4 feet tall. Okay. So 6 of them are stacked on top of each other. So this sounds like a complicated problem, but it actually is pretty simple. So what are you going to do? You have 2 options. You can either add them all up, right? There's 6 of them, or you can multiply. So 2 1/4 times 6. And since it's a griddable, we know we have to put our answer in decimal form, so you might as well change it to a decimal now. If there's a 4 as your denominator, you need to think about quarters. So 1/4 is how many cents? 25 cents. So 0.25. Okay, number 8. What is the volume of the figure below? So first of all, ask yourself, is this a prism or a pyramid? So it's a pyramid, so we're going to use our formula chart. Volume equals 1/3 area of the base times height. Darn it. Okay, we always go off to the side and do our area of the base, right? So make sure you do that. Plug it back in, right? So we do our area of the base. We color in our base. Our base is what shape? It's a rectangle. So area equals base times height. Then we'll plug it back in, multiply it times the height of the pyramid, and divide by 3.